Jesus Christ, you people suck.
Wow.
Wolverine wanted to be just...
Back in the days when we played video games, it was hardcore for the nerdy and lazy. Now things have changed and all our video games are also for the casual and lady. But that's okay, you know the score. We told you a million times before. Playing consoles, not just games, is in the past. And every week you listen to the best damn internet radio crew. It's the N4G podcast. It's the N4G podcast.
Alright, it's time. Another week. N4G Radio. This is episode 726 for December 5th, 2022. We in December. The year's almost over. Video games. We did our Game of the Year show last week, you know, because you do that before the year's over. Never mind. On the show.
Yeah, I got the joke.
Okay. Alright. On the show this week, we got Anthony. He's here.
I'm here.
We got the Wombat.
I am also here.
Welcome. We got Turge.
I'm in the motherfucking building. How y'all doing?
You ain't on
I
Xbox
feel
Live,
good
bro.
today.
So,
I'm not on Xbox Live.
Yo, fucking banned.
Man, listen, because they don't know. I'm gonna tell the listeners right here. So I was playing Gundam Evolution, which is a good game. And the opponent, he was a good sniper. And he was every time I went out, bam, I went down. And I killed him a couple of times because I started to circle around and target just him. So it ended up becoming like a little personal battle. So the match ended. We both ended up with accolades. He had I think most kills, and I had most damage or something like that.
I thought you were gonna say most deaths by sniper.
Right? No, that's what it felt like. But I messaged him and I was like, well, goddamn, you're a good sniper, GG, dude. And I went queued him for another match, and I look at my phone and I get an email from Xbox telling me that my account is suspended for sending this message to this dude. So I'm suspended for 8 days from Xbox Live games, from playing multiplayer, from sending messages, joining parties, anything like that, all because I was being nice. I wasn't being facetious. You can't even talk to people now. It's crazy.
this is why you don't message randoms ever.
And I'm not. I never will. I was telling Ken, I'm done. I will never. Nope. I legit was being nice. I'm like, damn, man.
You forgot to include the racial slur. That's why you got banned.
That's
Right.
what it was.
That's
what it
required.
was. No, that's what it was.
As long as you put that in, they're like, oh, this is normal behavior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the usual. This is fine. This is. We're not going to flag this. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love internet.
Yep.
It's amazing. Oh, all right. So we're going to talk about video games. We are getting close to that, end of the year. But there's still a couple more games to come out in 2022. Even if you're not Jeff Keighley, it's fine. So let's talk about video games, and then maybe later on we'll do a little prediction for the big game award show. Oh, I'm sorry, the premiere award show where they just premiere games and then slide in you won, congrats in between.
I'm sure we'll get an outrageous, I'm doing air quotes, performance or appearance by Joseph Ferris.
Yeah, he's confirmed to be there, as is Animal from the Muppets.
Oh, wait, what?
He's a
That's
presenter.
not a terrible. Are they presenting together?
I don't think those two are presenting together, but maybe
They should. They should. That's
mean,
the
that's fair.
only thing I'd watch is Joseph Ferris and Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, it's what because I just watch it for the premiere, but we can talk about it later. Okay, I don't want to get out of order of your show.
You quiet, by the way, Terrence. You might want to speak up a little bit.
Oh wow, my bad. Hang on.
Step up to the
Loud,
mic.
but he's fine on my end.
Well, I can hear him, but I'm looking at the audio capture, and everybody else is up at the 1, and he's down at the 0.5. But anyway, let's kick it off with some
Hopefully
video
that's better.
games. Anthony, what's up?
Still playing Sonic. It's really good. All right, moving on.
That's you every week. I'm playing this game. It's really good. Goodbye.
I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, at this point, like, there was an update. I think it made some changes for the better.
I still never got that, by the way.
Really?
Mm-mm. I booted it 3 more times yesterday. I never saw an update.
Maybe it did it in the background for you. It didn't update for me.
It wasn't
Wait.
It wasn't in my frequently or recently updated shit.
But is yours the next gen version, Anthony?
No,
They're both the
but
same. They're the same.
shouldn't matter.
Oh,
They're the
okay,
same app.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So, I
it's
feel
still
like it. Yeah. There's some minor grievances, but it's in the open world. The minor grievances are like growing pain stuff, and in the cyberspace levels, it's the weird why is physics changing stuff. Although I've run into some so most of the cyberspace levels are boring. I'm just gonna say it. Like it's clearly like here's the oh my god, if they don't like the open world, at least there's something.
What?
And they're like that's how it feels. All the levels, all the smaller cyberspace levels are based off of like 3 classic Sonic levels. Sky Sanctuary from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Green Hill Zone, and then there's like one that I've gone to once, and it was based off of like Sonic Adventure 2. And
Does
it's
it have
like
the song?
no.
God damn it.
It's well, it would have been like one of the downtown levels that I think like Shadow would have been in more, where the gun helicopters are around and stuff. But it's like there's so much Sonic stuff to build off of. I don't know why it's like 3 styles of cyberspace level, and I would have probably preferred to see more original stuff. And like all 3D Sonic stuff, like what are you focusing on? Is it and a lot of time it's like it's speed, and there's been a nice change there at least where it's like I found some levels that are like more about platforming. And it's like, oh, okay, so yeah, they want you to go fast, but like there's more precise platforming. To get some of the red coins, you need to get 5 in the cyberspace levels. Honestly, though, like the growing pains in the open world, you really feel them in the 3rd open area, because you can only get to certain places like one way, and it's annoying when it's a bunch of different islands attached to each other, and there's only one way to get to an island. And I actually had to look something up because I really didn't know it's there's some issues with the 3rd island in the sense that, like, it's not broken, it's just this design is a little obtuse. But other than that, I'm not really concerned. Once that was figured out and solid, I was like, okay, I just don't feel like someone would stumble upon that. It's not clear enough that that's how you get to this other place. But you know, again, the story seems to be the driving factor, and it's just I really kind of want to know if the story ends, because I have the rumors I've heard is that it kind of leaves off with a thud or ends with a thud, and it's like if that's how that ends, it's definitely going to affect score, because like I said, there are some weird oddities with this game. It's not perfect. I will never say this is Game of the Year. It'll be on the list, but it's not. It's the best Sonic from Sonic Team in decades. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm enjoying myself still. But that's all I've really played outside of Overwatch, and I'm not going to talk about that.
Why not? Everybody loves it when we talk about Overwatch.
Honestly, it's at this point, what am I going to say? Like, it's just go online, find somebody that's complaining about it. They're right. They're right.
And they're
They're
still
right.
playing it.
Issues with matchmaking. issues with how much things cost, which we've talked about. Yeah, eventually it's just like, well, what am I gonna say? Like, the core gameplay is good. Everything surrounding that is got fucking issues. You shouldn't be able to roll one match and then get rolled the next two. There's no logical reason why that would happen. Your matches should be more evenly drawn out. If you're in a push map, the enemy and you should be, one of you is gonna win, but like, you should really be fighting. That robot should be moving back and forth. On like a good map, like on a good payload map, you should be close to the end, and the other team holds you back and you lose. That's a good battle. Like, yeah, it sucks when you lose, but it's like the other team and you are really fighting it out. And sometimes the matchmaking is so bad that you just roll a team. Like, they can't leave the front door of spawn or something. You roll a team and it's just, and then right after you get rolled by two, and it's like, well, what matchmaking in the background is doing that? And this is an issue with multiplayer games in general, but what doesn't make sense here is that this is not the first outing. Like, what happened to the matchmaking that you previously had? Was it?
It was bad before, but it wasn't this bad. But see, what's going to make it bad this time is that you just open it up to a whole bunch of people who have never played it.
But that should not.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge when you're throwing in that many people.
Yeah, but like, again, it's working off of because they have statistics. They even though you're not doing ranking matches, they can see your win-loss, your kill-deaths. And it should be taking that into account. I know people don't like skill-based matchmaking. That's because when it's used poorly, it doesn't help players at all. This is how we end up with really bad skill-based matchmaking. Oh, you really won that? So we're going to stick you with people who are way better than you. So...
Well, let's also
it should
be fair.
Be more
the
even.
MMR is broken too, Anthony. You can't even deny that. When you ranked higher than Drew and only one spot below me, I finished my opens. I placed gold 4.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't fooling with comp.
Not when you're not allowed to play online.
Well, I can't. Okay, that is gonna be the joke today. We just go throw shots.
You know what we need to do, Anthony? You know what we need to do?
Damn, you're a good sniper.
We need to.
GG.
We need to play on Friday with the new battle pass, since he can't play, and just keep sending him messages about how cool the skins are.
Oh, come on. Okay, I appealed my suspension first of all, so we're gonna hope that they are merciful.
It takes them 8 days to get back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm riding this out then. But wait, I have questions, Anthony. Hold on. So the Sonic Frontiers, yeah. So from what you're talking about and what I've read online, the biggest complaint about that game seems to be the cyberspace levels. So do you almost feel like it would be a better game for it if they just weren't there at all?
Yeah. Honestly, so. I don't want to say yes in the sense that, I do appreciate that there's that's essentially their missions. And the open world has small little things, but those are your missions, and then from there you unlock the key. There's too many fucking currency sort of things in this game, but,
is the main gameplay, for real for it, the cyberspace stuff? That's how you progress stuff?
So, oh god, okay, let me walk you through this. Okay, so... You go into an open world area, so you have multiple maps. They were originally going to make it one big one. Thank God they didn't. So you start off in like an area. You collect like these little tokens. The tokens are what move the story along when you run into Amy originally, and then it's Knuckles, and then Tails. These are not spoilers. You use them to talk to them, and you have to keep that count up. And you get them from just kind of grinding rails and running around. They're not hard to find, but if you're not trying to collect them, you can run out and have to go collect more. That's what moves the story along. But to keep going, you need to play the cyberspace levels. The cyberspace levels are unlocked using gears. The gears are earned through a multitude of methods, but for the most part, you can easily earn them from doing Big the Cat's fishing minigame and trading in tokens you earn there, or beating like the open world bosses, which is neat. My issue is they only give you one each, but whatever. So then you use the gear to open up the cyberspace level, and when you finish the cyberspace level, you get keys, and the keys unlock the Chaos Emeralds. That's a lot.
That is a
weird
lot.
steps. And honestly, I would have done it where you need to beat the bosses on the open world and not give you a gear. You beat the boss in the open world, and then it unlocks the gate. Like, let's just circumvent having to get the gear entirely. Because now I don't even fight the bosses of the open world because they're just time consuming. So I just go to find the cat, and then I just buy the rest of them.
See, that's a lot like the Immortals game. Because it's kind of split. Like the open world stuff to me is way more fun than the vaults that you have to go into that have puzzles and stuff that you have to solve to progress. Like
the problem with the vaults too in Immortals was that that game was like really following Zelda's Breath of the Wild footprint.
Yeah, for sure.
But my issue with that game, though, is unlike Zelda's, they weren't vaults, shrines, there's really only one way to solve the stuff in Immortals.
Yep. And
Zelda was like, there was multiple ways around this, and you felt smart. I never felt really smart in Immortals. This, obviously, it's like not a brain buster. You go into a level, you go fast, and it's like one of them is beat the level, that gives you one key. Beat under the time limit, get an S rank, but it's just time trial essentially. Gets you another key.
Like Mario
collect
64.
enough coins, and get all the 5 red coins, and that's the 4 markers for the level. And then I think you get a 5th coin if you do them all, or 5th key, and then it'll unlock a vault in the open world. Then you can go and grab your Chaos Emerald. And the whole idea of every map is to get all the Chaos Emeralds. The problem with cyberspace is that, like I said, it uses a different set of physics, and the open world physics are better than the cyberspace level physics. Cyberspace removes any speed leveling up you've done, any ring leveling up you've done is pointless anyways. Like, as a test of skill, like, some of the levels are challenging, but for the most part they're not. And I don't know, it's just like they become uninteresting to watch, and I feel like the physics really in some of them are just so botched. Because there's a spinning platform, and I'll be actually putting this in my review. If there's a spinning platform, Sonic magnetizes to the part that he touches first. So if I were to jump, my expectation would be that I would jump in place, and the platform would come to meet me in a further position if it was spinning around and I was standing on it. But when you jump, he magnetizes to the part that he was before, so he's sort of jumping in place, but he's moving backwards with the way it's spinning. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
So if you want to break it, it kind of goes crazy because it's trying to fight you, and like it's really easy for sometimes to launch Sonic off of said platform and into the void and fall. Yeah, and there's a bit of that in the open world where like he goes into like some side-scrolling areas to sort of run around on the like digital weird ruins or whatever they are, kind of just floating there. And that can be annoying because you can sometimes get thrown into that, and you're like, I was just trying to move past these, and now you've thrown me in, and getting out of those is kind of a pain in the ass because it locks your controls left and right. But it still feels better than the cyberspace levels. Again, I consider most of this growing pains, though, because like Sonic Team hasn't done a very good video game in a long time, and B, they've never done an open world at all, and it feels like they didn't know what they wanted to do. Like, do they want? They were. It almost seems like they were trying to say, like, do we do just an open world game? No. We need to have classic Sonic levels, or people won't like it, and should have not had those, especially when you're again only going to like the well of 3 levels from like past Sonic games.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a decent game, but like honestly, like it's been on sale already now, so just wait. Don't pay full price. There is free DLC coming too, so you might just want to wait until that's out.
Indeed.
I still can't believe it's free. I figured they would have tried to make some money off of that, but I'm okay with it being free.
All right. Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
And we'll move on to Terrence.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with Callisto Protocol, which I'm playing for review. What can I say here? It looks amazing. Graphically, it looks great. When I loaded it up, which is the norm nowadays, I went into the options and I was looking for the performance toggle, and I didn't find it. Apparently, it's there, and I'm just blind because Ken said it was there.
It's there.
So it's really there. So I've been playing this whole time. I'm about 4 or 5 hours in, about 4 hours in, 3 or 4 hours in. So I've been playing this whole time with the 4K ray tracing, the bells and whistles. So I can confirm it looks really good. The controls are where this game gets dodgy because I don't want to say they're. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's about the. Oh, wow, I didn't even get it's pun. Yeah,
it's a pun.
It is because it's not. They're not bad. They're just weird. Like I don't. So when you're running around, in any third person game, your left stick, that's what you're using to move around. So in this, I know, right? That's crazy. In this, same deal, obviously. And then you run into someone, an enemy, and now your left stick changes to how you dodge. So you're face to face with this person. You can dodge left or right. So the person or monster, they're monsters, is going to swing at you. If you dodge to the left, your dude is like a boxer. He'll sort of go to the left. I don't know why I made a sound effect. Anyway, he'll dodge to the left. Same way with the right. So apparently you can, and the game tells you this in the tips, you can just do that infinitely. Like there's no timing to it. There's no, whatever. Like you just hold it. Like you're going to get hit. Hold left or right. As long as you're going to start there, you're going to dodge that. If you switch to the other one, they're going to swing again. You can dodge that. As long as you keep switching sides, you can forever dodge. The problem comes in when they start to throw multiple monsters at you. So now you have stuff behind you and there's no way to like lock on, or there's no 180 turn button, at least that I found. Again, we've established I'm blind, so maybe I missed that too because I looked for it. So you can't turn around quickly. So you have to move the camera, which even when you put the sensitivity up really fast, still moves slow, to spin. But you know what? Maybe that's because I'm playing in 4K. That you
No,
can
it's
tell
slow
it's
regardless.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so
everything in
alright.
this game feels like it's in molasses. It's just like
Yeah,
the dude.
unnecessarily so.
Yeah, the dude moves like he has no purpose, which is weird because you're on a spaceship with fucking monster creatures. My eyes would
Monsters,
be,
like, yeah.
yeah, I'd be flying around. And like the turning is slow, the aiming is slow, like everything feels slow, and I get that that's a mood, like build the tension.
Yeah.
But man, in practice, it's like you got these monsters coming at me that look like, I don't know, some
Just
crazy fucking
Pus-covered. They're awful looking.
yeah, and they're like flying, like they're moving all sporadically and fast, and you're like, oh my god, I need to react, but hold on, let me
Yep.
make a turn.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, and yet, like you said, it was intentionally done. It just feels weird in practice to play. Like, I don't want to say bad, because it's like, I don't hate the experience. Like, I don't hate it. Like, it's alright. It's just not, I don't know, it's not as good as I would have hoped it would have been.
I want to slap Josh Duhamel in the back of the head when he takes like 40 animations to climb up an event.
Yes. Oh my god. I put that on Twitter. This game has the most realistic depiction of vent navigation I've ever seen.
Like, dude, move!
Right? Like, we just crawled by and saw a monster in the vent thing, and you're still just taking your time.
It's gonna shuffle my big ass through this vent just at a medium pace. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like, oh man. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it is very gory, it's very graphic, it's very visceral with the combat. Outside of the controls is really the only problem I have with the story. Is interesting. I just don't really think there's much of it. Like I said, I'm about 3 or 4 hours in, and I kind of feel like I'm almost done. Like, I feel like we're approaching the point. The only thing I'm missing, I guess, explanation wise, is the cause of all of this. Like, I kind of have my own
that shit
guesses.
just happened. Like, it was weird. Like,
yeah, like the whole setup, how they're doing this is so weird. Like,
the dude gets picked up on the ship, like he gets boarded, and then they crash, and he's in a prison. He wakes up. It's like, oh, there's fucking infection going on. What happened?
Right. What happened? Yep. You don't know anything else. Like, what happened? Like, it's kind of like The Suffering. Well, I think The Suffering didn't even kind of throw you in like that, because I know it was in jail too. But you get those vibes because you're in the space prison. But yeah, it's the story is set up weird. But there are, as you progress, because I'm a little further than you, there's stuff that kind of comes out that he might be more than he appears. There's a terrorist character that is alluded that, not to trust me, and all this. And I'm like, huh, okay, so what does that mean? But yeah. And apparently you get a device where you can, like, hover things and throw them, like use the force.
you see Starkiller have that at the beginning when you bump into him.
Yeah.
Which is
also,
weird.
I love that he's in this.
It's weird that I don't know that I've ever seen Sam Witwer be that kind of an asshole. Like, he's just a straight up asshole.
Yep, that's why I said I love it. I was like, wow, he is a dick. Like, all right, good job.
You're not my problem today, man. All right, shut the fuck up, prisoner.
Yep, it's just all right, okay. But yeah, so you can, I mentioned that because I literally never think about that thing. Like, there's some stuff that comes up where there's like, mashers and stuff that's spinning, and I walked into this room and I'm like, what design purpose does this even have for this prison? Like, what is this doing? But anyways, but you can, levitate the monsters and throw them into it. I never think about that. Like, I just go after them with the melee weapon, which in practice, the only thing about combat that I don't understand, and there doesn't seem to be a way to get around it, is like the first animation always seems to be a block from the opponent. And I don't know, is there a way for me to target my attack? Like, can I attack left or right? Because I've tried a bunch of different combinations.
It feels like
change anything.
It feels like it's contextual. Like, if I pull to the left and swing, he swings to, because you can like knock off their arms and legs and stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to aim. Like, I can do it better with the gun. Like when you like quick shoot. Like, I can do it like that. But I've tried like pushing to the left to swing, and I never felt like I'm getting like a true like I'm targeting something.
Maybe it's just contextual or random or something. I don't know. Like sometimes it feels like it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I got you. Okay. Well, I'll play with a little bit more. But anyways, yeah, so I'm playing that for review. I don't want to go on and on about this game. It's
Is
where
it
I'm
more
at. Go ahead.
melee focused?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Like you get a gun pretty early on.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
when I hear you get a gun, it says, "Hey, but really, this is still a melee game." And
One of the things I really like about the melee though is like that when they first introduced the quick shot. So like when you dodge and you smack somebody, it'll trigger like this little thing on the character, and if you pull the
Yep.
trigger and shoot them, it's like almost an insta kill.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But that also, to Anthony's point, that also is the focus clearly is on the melee. Like the gun, like I only ever really use it for that purpose, the quick shot thing, because it'll take off a limb or something like that, and it like instantly locks on when you pull it out. So you just pull left trigger, pull right trigger, fire, and then go on with the fight. But
Yep.
yeah, it's totally melee. And you upgrade as you go through the game, you find like credits and stuff because you have to stomp their bodies like in Dead Space. This game is freaking like. I didn't play the original Dead Space.
It's Dead Space.
I played some of it recently, but since they're remaking the first one, I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait because my boy told me it was the greatest thing ever. Because survival horror is not really my bag outside of Resident Evil. Like I don't mess with a whole lot of survival horror. But it's Dead Space. Like I wish it had the little navigation thing that you put on the ground that tells you where to go because there's no map in this, and you get lost. Like there's no way to tag something to know where stuff is, like outside of you paying attention to where you go.
I just realized I have two other questions. Does that mean it's open world?
No, it's linear as fuck.
Yeah, as fuck.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
You'll still get lost in a linear game is bad design. Like,
and do enemies respawn?
No, not that I know.
they're all
And I've tested
scripted.
that.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
scripted.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna say,
And-
if it's open world and enemies respawn, that's the worst.
Yeah,
No.
it's scripted.
When
yeah,
they did,
once you
they
cleared, yeah. So that kind of makes having to backtrack better because you're like, all right, I don't have to worry about running into something, but it's just a pain because I mean, like, it's nothing is like it's just it just sucks. Like a map or something would have been nice.
I'm also curious how often I hate these sequences in video games. I don't know why they continue to put them in there, but the sneak past the enemy that'll kill you in one hit shit.
Yep. So
Arbitrary stealth sequences.
those you talking about those robots?
Yeah, the sentry robots. Oh my god.
So that's happened twice so far. And it's funny because my wife walked in on me playing because the game tells you shoot the robot in the head, and I'm like, oh shit, I can take this robot out. Nope, you shoot him in the dead, and ass nice. You shoot him in the head, and he just turns. He's like, combat initiated, and he just lights you up, and you can't dodge, you can't move. If he hits you the one time, you dead. The animation changes to a death thing where he fills you full of bullets, and you just fall back dead. So
Is this
like you
just
have
torture
to just
porn?
avoid them.
Yeah,
Is this like back to
Yeah.
the Tomb Raider where it's like,
Yes.
see all the ways she can die.
dude,
Yep.
the first DLC is going to have more animations for you to die to.
Yeah,
For you to die,
I remember that. Yeah, it's just.
So there are.
I don't find that interesting.
I don't either. Like I'm like, okay, yep, he killed me like that, and I died because I think I've died like twice. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not curious to see, the different ways that this dude is going to get murdered. Like I just want to finish the game. Like
If I were playing like Manhunt and it was like, and we've updated it we've given you more ways to kill people. Oh, hell yeah! But
death
more ways for me to
animations?
die. I'm good.
Yeah,
man.
that's so weird. Like I guess, but yeah, so it has that. I don't know. Again, it's not a bad game. It's just it's not my cup of tea, and I question some of these design choices. that we
My
made.
favorite thing about this game this week is that the embargo was on like release day. And the reviews came out before people were able to play it and like spend time with it. And I saw so many people on Twitter like, "Fucking journalists suck. Every game is too hard. This, that, This game will be great." And then watching 2 days later, them going, "God damn, this game's got a lot of problems."
Right.
Like, it's almost like the
Right?
dudes that reviewed it played it. I know it's crazy, right?
Yeah. I always chuckle at stuff like that when I read it. It's like, man.
I mean, it's a good video game. If you're really into like survival horror video games, you will enjoy it. You will have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But there
For
are some
sure.
things that you'll be playing and you'll be like, what? For one, the checkpointing fucking sucks, and the save anywhere
Oh my
feature,
God, the save point?
it does not work. So
No,
if you
that's a
save,
lie.
if you save anywhere, it will reset you to the last checkpoint. So make sure,
Yeah.
at least the game tells you like it's been whatever, like a minute since your last
Yeah.
save. So pay attention to that when you save, because if you don't, you're going to think you saved like 2 minutes later into the game, and you did not.
Yeah, I realized that because I had to go pick up my son, and I was like, all right, I came back and I was like, wait, this was the checkpoint. What the heck? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. It's not bad, but yeah, if you like survival horror, like you said, you'll enjoy it. Okay, what else did I play? Gundam Evolution, which I won't be playing for at least 8 days.
Overwatch Evolution is what they should have called that.
Listen, I reviewed it on PC and I said it. It is a hapless Overwatch clone. Like it wears its appreciation of Overwatch on its Gundam sleeve. Like my God, it is Gundam or Overwatch. But they also throw in like Call of Duty stuff because it has like domination matches, which are kind of nice. Which I guess Overwatch kind of has those too. So yeah, whatever. What else did I play? Lord, I feel like I played other stuff, but I can't. I know I played Overwatch with y'all. That was a good time. I can't play for 8 days, so you
I
guys
know,
have
and
a
we
jump
got
on me.
the new
for the
Queen
skin.
skin coming out. You know,
I'm so mad that God, I want that skin. Like I plan to play that after my suspension so much.
it's level 80, baby.
I know. God. I played more Hearthstone and got into that. I said I was going to get World of Warcraft, but I didn't buy it. Like I came back from that precipice because I'm like, I'm gonna spend that money and I'm not gonna level that character. I'll just watch YouTube videos or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
All
There's
right.
probably other stuff, but I'll bounce off of y'all.
We'll take it's time to wake up the Wombat and see what he's been playing.
What? Sorry?
Yes, I was about to say. I hope he wakes up with a yawn. Like he's like, "Oh, what are you doing, guys?" Like it was great.
Yeah, so I played God of War, and that's really it.
Hey, that's the
So-
hotness right now.
Yeah, so I've been I'm making my way through that game. I am now about 30 hours almost in. So yeah, just making my way through that, still enjoying it, and playing Survivor.io when every day to max out all of the rewards and stuff that you can get on a daily basis. I have learned through Survivor.io that now that sports gambling is legal in Ohio, I should never, ever, ever do it because they've got a thing going on right now where you can gamble on the World Cup results. They give you these scarves, and then you gamble with the scarves, and the scarves turn into coins. And my winning percentage isn't that great. So I will be foregoing any sports gambling once that. Well, actually, it's already legal. So now that it's legal, I'll say.
Yeah,
You
there's
didn't
a
have to spend any money to find that out.
Yes, correct.
there's a reason why every commercial starts with "if you have a gambling problem."
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that
Other than
South
that-
Park. It's that South Park ad that's just drink, 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 drink,
Oh,
drink, you
yeah,
pussy,
that was-
drink, 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 drink. Please drink responsibly.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I really haven't played anything. There's not much outside of that to play. I didn't buy. Well, that's not true. Let me go back for a second, because there were a couple things I played that I forgot because they weren't big console games. So I watched my son play Skyrim VR, heavily modded, and it looks friggin' awesome when it's heavily modded. Vanilla, it's not that great, but modded up, it's pretty cool. All the different things you can do in that game that you can't do in vanilla. Even stuff like just having arms instead of just floating hands. But the VR game that I played was Golf Plus, and that's a damn good golf game on VR. Like, that game is a lot of fun. And it's got Topgolf in it too, which is also pretty cool. It's
Where
on
are you-
Quest too, by the way.
Okay, I was about to ask, wait, he's on Skyrim VR, you can do mods on the Quest?
No, he bought. My son has been saving money for 4 years now. Every birthday, every Christmas, everything for a PC. And so he finally got his gaming PC a couple weeks ago.
Does it light
And
up?
so it does, yeah.
But is there a gaming PC now that doesn't fucking light up? It's crazy.
No.
A laptop does that I have, and I hate it. Like, I'm like, it does rainbow, and I'm like, can I just get one color? Like, I don't need it to vibe when I enter the room and all this nonsense.
It's called breathing, Terrence.
Yeah, it has a whole bunch
Yeah.
of breathing. Like, there's a rain one. There's one if I touch the keys, they light up as I touch them. I'm like, I don't need all this.
Yeah. That's the world we live in.
He thinks that stuff's cool. So
Yeah, good for
he's
him.
kind of built for his gen. But yeah, so that's what we played Skyrim VR on.
Gotcha.
With mods. And yeah, I mean, he played Roblox with VR too, which he thought was pretty cool. So, yeah, so Golf Plus on the Quest is awesome if you like golf at all. What else, man? Did I play anything else? I don't think so. It's mostly when I've had time to game. I'm just mostly trying to get through God of War. So
Yeah,
that's
it.
it.
It's a big ass game.
I haven't even gone back and played Chivalry, and I know there's an event going on right now. But
Oh yeah,
I-
man. The winter event.
I still have not gone back and played it since I've been trying to make my way through God of War.
Parents would
So-
go back to it, but that's right.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is going to be the joke today. Well, you know what? I did play it before my banning. See, I forgot. So I did actually play some of that, and it actually is pretty fun. There's a bunch
God
of
damn, you're a good swordsman, GG. Banned.
okay.
You can be
Okay.
a sniper in that game too, although you'd be sniping with a crossbow.
You can. I hate, like, I normally play with I don't know which class you prefer, but I like to do the random. The only one I hate is I hate the archer, but like I like the different like between the knight and the patrolman. Like I like that, so I let it just randomize when I die.
This is why you and I should play together, because I normally play as a crossbowman.
I mean,
Really?
Terrence will
Maybe
tell
next
you.
week.
Terrence will tell you he'll play with you, then he won't show up.
Okay, first of all, every time I said I was going to be on Overwatch, I
Well,
have
so that's
been
because
there.
he's banned.
It was late, but okay. I hate it here. That's fine. All right, it's fine. Go ahead, Ryan. Finish your games. I'm done.
That's it for me.
All right.
But yes, no, I do. I play crossbowman. That's my primary. I play the other ones occasionally. I've got them all leveled up to where I've unlocked all the different classes.
Sure.
Because I like to play the other classes too, but my preference is always the crossbowman. If I can't do that because the game caps the number of ranged characters that can be in a match, then I usually play as either the middle knight class that has the shield, or the middle berserker class that has like the two main weapons, so you can throw one of them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great game, and I'll play more of it once I'm done with this.
Well, I'll play more of it when I'm unbanned. But it's because I was hyped because I just figured out how to successfully like counter, like because it would always pop up, but I was like, well, what am I doing? And I just realized you just have to match their attack before it hits you,
Yep.
and you get a counter. And I was like, oh shit! Like I had really good. But yeah, so in 8 days I'll see you. Okay,
We'll
go
get
ahead.
together on it. All right, Ken.
He won't show.
One time, no, every time I show up for Overwatch, I was late the one time, and I ended up with the play of the game on that time as Bastion. Was I Bastion? Yes, I was Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
Killed a Lucio. Anyways, go ahead. I see y'all in 8 days.
All right. So I didn't get the indie games last week, so I got them this week. So the email had 31 video games in it.
Oh wow.
Just to tell you how many video
All the
games come
games.
out in a week. Whew. All right, so I'll run through these. In honor of Anthony, I booted up Eastward because that launched on the Xbox this week. And I was
I'm sorry.
I was like 7 minutes into it. I was like, "Do these motherfuckers ever shut the fuck up?"
So, no.
I never actually played the game, by the way. I never went back to it.
So it's the prettiest looking game that I don't like playing, and my biggest. So I'm like, you know what? Early on, I'm willing to forgive it because it's like it's got a setup, right? It thinks it's so fucking funny and quirky, and it's just annoying, like me on this podcast, and
I'm sorry.
it does this. So it actually gets into like the Zelda sort of like gameplay, and it's really fun. And then immediately when you finish that, it goes into more dialogue.
Did you finish? Did you beat the game?
Oh, I bet,
Oh.
dude, it was so
I got past
annoying.
the first part, killing the slimes. I don't know how far you played, Ken, but then like when
I
I
didn't
came
play
out
it.
and they were still talking, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll just talk.
Dude,
It
I
is
booted
beautiful
it.
though.
I
It's
booted
pretty.
it up to play it, and like 7 to 8 minutes into it, they're still talking. I'm like, I ain't got
Yeah.
time for this shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna go play something
It's
else.
hella dialogue. Yeah, it's pretty
It
though.
gets worse, and like, you know, I get it. The team is not. I think they're actually Chinese.
Okay.
But you know, it's not a bad translation. But then they have this one character who's like
I like Sword and Fairy.
terrible, and like he's supposed to be funny, and he's this character that everybody knows. He's like, it's him dressed up, and calls himself the Night Stalker. And I went, oh,
Awesome.
but he's supposed to be like a vigilante sort of character. But it's like, yeah, Night Stalker doesn't. I don't hear the Night Stalker, and I go, oh, okay. I hear Night Stalker and go, Richard Ramirez. That's really not a good pull.
I'm vengeance.
So, yeah, it was.
Gotcha.
It wasn't funny in the way that they wanted to be funny. It was just annoying, and I just kept going, I want to just play the fucking game.
Yeah, that's where I was at too. Man, you say you got 32 games here. You got the shotgun these. We'll just.
I'm
go ahead.
shotgunning them. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. This next one is called Krampus Kills. And this is the one that I sent the screenshot where the kid
Yeah.
left a note about the diabetes. And
Yes.
so this game is literally a first-person game where you're a little kid, you wake up in the middle of the night, and fucking Krampus is stalking your house. And you basically just have to avoid him and do all these little puzzles. The thing that stuck out about this game to me is that you can literally tap the right bumper, and it's basically be an asshole button, and the little kid will flip off the camera and go like, "Screw you, Santa Claus!" Like, and he's got all these different lines he can say just by tapping the right bumper.
All I can think of, by the way, is just that all the presents underneath the tree are wrapped with Let's Go.
Yeah.
Also, the letter is, Dear Santa, and then it's Santa in quotations. Let's get to the point. I want the X Station box, and if I don't get it, I will tell Mom all about how you lost your earrings when you were cleaning last week. Finley. P.S. I left some cookies out for your diabetes ass.
This game. So the kid's such an asshole that I found Krampus and I heard him walk around, so I let him catch him. And dude, it's violent. Like, he strangles the fuck out of that kid.
They show it?
Yeah, he just straight up grabs you by the neck and is just like, "Bleh!" I mean, it's in first
Oh, wow.
person, but you know,
Yeah, okay.
he just murders that child.
Nice.
Warp Drive is a racing game with drones, kind of like trying to be Wipeout. It's fine. The transitions between tracks, like, could give you a seizure, so be careful. Broken Universe Tower Defense is a tower defense game with raccoons. There you go.
Sweet.
Intrepid Izzy, that side-scrolling platform. It's not bad. The Dreamcast like wannabe game, or was a Dreamcast game. It's all right. It's not bad. Terrace, you talked about Sword of the Vagrant. The Korean side-scroller. That's just boobs.
Okay, well, rip.
I mean, that game is just boobs. Like, it's uncomfortable.
Nice. Okay.
It's combat's not great. It's got weird menus. It's okay. Ship Graveyard Simulator. Yeah. First person game where you walk around and... So this one has a weird glitch. I remember this one has a weird glitch. So I invert my aim in first person games. And when you do it in this game, it locks up and down looking. So you can't look at all, up and down. And I tested this. I swapped it back to original, non-inverted, and then you can look up and down. But if you click the button to invert, look up and down, then you can't.
So you couldn't play it, basically.
You can play it, but you can't look up and down.
No, you couldn't play it.
Yes.
You specifically.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I saw the trailer for it. Like, I went to the thing and I was like, why is every game coming out that's like a job people do in real life?
Oh, there's
Power
lots
Wash
of those.
Simulator, and like, why is that the new hotness? You know what I mean? Like the hardship, the one I play, the hardship breaker, the one in space. Like, granted, we're not really doing that because we're not in space yet. I would do that if we were, but yeah, it's just weird that that's the new hotness. But whatever. Go ahead.
Until the Last Plane is like how do you describe it? It's kind of like a management game where you pick up stocks or not. You pick up supplies and drop them to different things. It's very minimalistic 2D art. Lots of menus to thumb through. Here's one I think Anthony might enjoy. It's called Astronite. It's giving me very heavy. What was the cat Metroidvania? It was real good.
Hold on. Watch this. Will be the one.
Roboto?
Yeah, Gato
Astronite?
Roboto. Astronite. Yeah, it's same color scheme, black and white, like grayscale stuff.
Oh god, give me a second here. Let me check my email.
Yeah, this game is cool. Like it's a minimalistic, like 1-bit Metroidvania where you play an astronaut, and immediately as you get on the planet, like they take all your shit away and you got to go collect it. And yeah, it's a cool game.
Yeah, so I actually received an email to myself from the developer of this, and didn't respond because I just don't have the time to review it, unfortunately.
It's a cool game.
Let me see here. They sent me a message and was like, hey, we saw that you reviewed... Oh, there it is. Hey, Anthony, Astronite will be landing this month on all platforms. We saw that you have reviewed Gato Roboto, and we think you will be interested in our game. I am, but I just don't have time.
Yeah, that's the problem, is there's just so many games. There's just no time
Well,
to play
I'm
them.
just behind entirely. It's not even the amount of games, it's just time.
Alright, next up is Megalon 11. You're like some light bulb people that land on a planet, and it's a survival game. But it's done from like a top-down, 3/4 perspective. It's weird. It's got a really weird, like 70s style sci-fi vibe to the look of it, and yeah, survival game. The Beast Inside is a first-person horror game, but I played this for about 30 minutes, and literally all I did was move boxes up and down stairs. Like it's a weird. I don't know. I imagine it probably gets scared. Well, no, I take that back. The intro shows some dude like torturing the husband and the wife, Saw style, and then it flashes back to a week before where you and that wife are moving into a house. So I'm assuming some shit goes down and some dude comes and like does some nasty shit to y'all. Speed Gunner Ultra reminds me of art style wise. It reminds me of Bangai-O, where like you have this robot that can transform into a plane on screen, but they're super fucking tiny. But instead of being like a shooter, this is like a momentum-based puzzle game. So like you jump and then you could transform and it shoots you forward and you can press a button to go through certain obstacles. It's more or less just like, here's a level, solve the puzzle of the level really quickly. It's not hateful, but boy is it hard. Like, it gets real hard real fast. Jelly Brawl is a sumo style. Like, this feels like a mini game that you would see in a party game where you've got two balls on the screen and you got to shoot towards the other one and knock them off the ledge. So that kind of mechanic. You don't move necessarily. You point the direction towards the direction and then press the A button to shoot, kind of like a pool game. And then you got to hit the other character and knock them off the map. Dead Station's a side-scrolling platformer. Feels like it wants to be like a horror game, but it's too cartoony. It's fine. Legendary Heroes is straight up a fucking mobile game. It feels stiff and not fun. Super Rebellion. I'm trying to remember this one. I have to think about that one. Robo Lifter. I could not figure out what the fuck to do. Like, there's a woman talking to this robot. He's the only functioning robot, and he needs to go fix some things. So I tried to walk around the level and couldn't interact with anything, and it just kept resetting the level, and I was like, all right, I'm just confused. Run Sausage Run is a runner. All you could do is limbo and run faster. Like, that's the only button. So
Are you sausage?
you are sausage, and like there are knives, and they will cut you in half, and there are meat
Isn't
tenderizers.
this a old mobile game?
It may be. It may be. I don't know. United Assault Battle of the Bulge is another one of those first-person war games that feels like, oh, the kids like the first-person war games. We'll make another one of those. It just drops you into it just drops you into a map and you shoot people, and that's kind of it. How to Fool a Liar King Remastered, graphic novel. You know what those are. Finding the Soul Orb. This is a weird game. This is just like a walking simulator, but you just keep seeing like these demons pop up in the sky, and they're really big, and it's just creepy. And then there's a story it's telling. Like, there's no combat or anything like that. You just literally are just walking and then seeing demons in the sky. Kind of creepy. Prison Simulator. Here we go. Another simulator game. You are literally a prison guard. You get to build your gangs. And then you... This is so funny. So, like, it has all of the things that you could do in a day, like, you know, breakfast time and count, and, like, you can do all of these different activities. There's one is called shower time, and it's the only one with an exclamation mark.
Oh, Lord.
Like, you get excited for the shower time.
Right.
I didn't play that mode. I don't know if there's any, you know, things going on in that mode, but it's there. You can do it. What else was there? I still don't remember what Super Rebellion is. This is the problem with playing so many freaking video games in a week, is I don't remember one of them.
It looks like a bullet hell game. Shoot 'em up in space.
That's
like
right. Yeah. It's not. It's okay. It's not. There's nothing that stands out about it. Like, every now and then there'll be a really cool shooter that comes out every week, but this one's just kind of meh. And then I tried that Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. That's some really high quality game right there. Like, I'm surprised at its production values. It's really, really well done. And I'm actually interested in playing it because it's not just a sit in a room and watch the cameras thing. Like, you're actually a child that's inside the place after dark, and you have to, like, escape.
And they were smart enough to make Freddy the good guy.
Yeah, like, you start off in his stomach, and then, like, you come out.
You hide in his chest.
Yeah. Well, he calls it his stomach, like in the.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, he literally says, "You're in my stomach," and that's not. And then he gives you a watch so you can talk to him. I mean, visually, it looks really good, and
it actually caught my interest because I think that's after he sold it to a company.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no, I'm actually like when I do these games, I'll play them and then I'll usually delete them. This one got to stay on my hard drive, so I might go back to this one.
It passed.
It passed.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
It was literally the only one that passed. Besides Hello Neighbor, but that's because my son plays that. I didn't play that. I also got that. But he's super stoked on that game. He loves those games, so he's been playing that.
I like the concept of Hello Neighbor more than I like Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, Yeah.
My son and his friends got really into the multiplayer Hello Neighbor there
Oh,
for a
Secret
while.
Neighbor?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played that with the kids. Like we all played that, and it was like I don't know what the real game is about outside of what's like is
It's
the
kind of
neighbor a
fu-
murderer? Like I
yeah,
don't
it's kind of
understand.
fucked up.
That's the thing, you don't know, and you're trying to get into his house. And you go in, and the idea was that he would learn every time you break in that like you've kept hiding in the same
that's
spot
the
and
big
stuff.
thing. Okay.
But you're trying to get to the basement, and the basement's locked, and then the AI was smarter. Like, there's a whole videos of like breaking down like the early alphas where the neighbor like clearly shows some intelligence compared to what we ended up with.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Neat
game
concept.
that game is weird. Like, I saw him playing it one day, the first one. And, like, he is literally in, like, this underground area with a shopping cart, like a minecart level. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a weird game. But the kids love it, man. I don't know. Alright. The actual... we talked about Callisto Protocol, so we won't talk about that one again. I'm playing Need for Speed Unbound.
Played that too briefly.
I mean, it's Need for Speed. I mean, if I feel like that template has been the same, I don't understand why. Like, you feel like if they took this long off, because it's been, what, 2-3 years since the last game? Like, there would be some big new thing, and it's just the fucking anime tires? I don't...
That's why I turned it off. I uninstalled it because I was like, this isn't. It's
good.
God dang it.
It's just...
What?
It just is what it is.
Yeah, well, see, but I'm not. That was what I was leading to. I'm not a racing fan, like so all that because even Forza, excuse me, looks fantastic, and I hear great things. Like I install it and I get in there and I'm like, man, this looks great. Uninstall. Like I just.
I mean, that's what Need for Speed is. It's literally once again, you get a car. We're gonna do some street races. We go earn some money. There's some characters trying to talk like they're in the Fast and the Furious, and then we just gonna keep street racing.
They got some street cred. Cause is there a rapper in this? Who's the nigga with the dreads? Is it Lil Yachty or something? There's some rapper.
I don't know.
I don't know why I'm asking y'all.
Like
y'all listen.
Hold on.
Like,
What game are we talking about?
Need for
Speed.
I don't know why I'm asking y'all.
Right. Like, y'all out here just bumping the underground.
No, isn't it ASAP?
I don't even. Okay, I think that is who it is. Actually, yeah, I knew it was one of them. I don't listen.
Yeah,
to
it's
that
ASAP.
stuff. My kids do.
Yeah, ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
Dude,
I
don't
like
know.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, I don't know this. Like, I watched Bullet Train last night, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Bad Bunny's in the movie." I was like, "Who?"
Oh well,
I only know Bad Bunny because of the wrestling connection.
Dude, I don't even know who that is.
That movie is awesome.
That movie is really fun.
Funny.
It's so good. Yeah, it's fun. It's so good.
They're giving him that stupid Spider-Man movie.
Wait, who's Bad Bunny?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
In Bullet Train, he's the wolf, I think.
Oh, I thought it was a woman. It's a dude?
Is it a dude?
Apparently it doesn't matter. Move on, because Anthony is offended, and I don't want to offend Anthony.
No,
I don't know who it is. Like, I legitimately do not know. But I know the woman you're thinking of. That's
a dude.
The woman you're thinking of was the Hornet, right?
Oh yeah, okay, you're right.
If I had to sum up Bullet Train, it'd be if Quentin Tarantino made a motherfucking anime. That's what that movie is.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's bad. But okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the wolf.
I didn't know that was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Bad Bunny made some noise because he has done a couple wrestling matches in WWE, and I'll say overperformed.
Is he a musician? Or
he's a musician, yeah. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
What do you mean Hold on. What do you mean overperformed?
He was a hell of a lot better than he should have been or should have been expected to be.
That's the character that he's going to play in that stupid Spider-Man adjacent movie that Sony's doing.
I can't say anything.
A wrestler?
Yeah, dude, I can't remember what the character's name is.
He plays El Fuego. Yeah, he plays the bad guy in that Spider-Man movie, and that was the whole thing. I remember that because they were like, and I was like,
it's like I want to have a movie, and they're like, you can be El Fuego, and everybody that's like Spider-Man is like, who? And they're like, the guy that shows up in like one issue.
Yeah, he was literally in one issue.
What's funny is we've literally talked more about him than he is in Bullet Train. Just FYI.
You're right.
Like, all the big people that are in that movie are in it for like 2 seconds, except for Brad Pitt.
Yep.
That sounds like Glass Onion.
It literally
Outside
is.
of the 6 main people,
I
or
can't wait
whatever
to
it
see
is.
Glass Onion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
out
same.
on Netflix this week, right?
It's
Yeah.
one of the best fucking movies I've seen in a long.
We should do a movie podcast. We're going to talk. We should do a movie podcast.
Yeah, I need
like
to watch.
movies.
I want to watch that troll movie that's on Netflix just because it's fucking wild, man. Basically,
I don't even know
kaiju
what that
trolls.
is.
It's literally kaiju trolls. It's a Norwegian movie.
Bet. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch that. No, but Need for Speed.
Yeah, right. We went so far. Need for Speed is a video game.
I mean,
where you race
it-
cars.
It's weird because, like, if you haven't seen it yet, like, they got these like anime effects that come off the cars, but the characters are also like, so it looks like Who
Anime.
Framed Roger Rabbit. So like these
Yup.
anime characters are driving around in realistic looking fucking cars.
Yeah, it's
that's weird.
it's
is
weird.
Weird, but it plays great. It's from the Criterion guys.
I just want fucking Need for Speed Underground 2. Just do that shit. Fuck
Well,
off with all the extra crap. Just.
I mean, this is
Free.
literally, here's an open world.
You know what I mean,
Go race.
Like, Need for Speed Underground 2 is where that
But you know what
Need
though?
for
This
Speed
feels
series
a lot
peaked.
like. You're right. This feels a lot like Need for Speed Underground, but with cops. Because I did play. Because they do have the cops part of the Need for
Yes,
Speed.
they do have cops in
Um,
this.
So, yeah, with
And
just
you have a
with anime,
heat
which is
meter, so it's
weird.
very much like Heat.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Not the movie, the game.
Yeah.
Man, I remember how much I loved Need for Speed in the late 90s. Like the first couple games.
I mean, they
I have
were
a friend
great.
like that. Yeah.
That's a series
Road and
that-
Tracks and Need for Speed
The 3DO
Yeah.
exclusive.
with
I
Mr.
played
X or whatever his name
Need for
was.
Speed 2 the first time on PC.
Dude, that was an amazing. That was back when like 3DFX games were the shit, and that game looked
Yeah.
amazing in 3DFX.
Yeah, that game looked amazing, and it had a whole bunch of real cars in it, which was even cooler.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
Hot Pursuit was so
Hot
good.
Pursuit was really, really good. Yeah, that game was really, really good.
I still think Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit is the best Need for Speed game ever.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, that's the one I played the most for sure.
Oh, that game
I had
I
it
have a
on
friend
PlayStation,
that agrees,
and actually,
yep.
I had the wheel. That was the only racing wheel I've ever owned was a PlayStation 1 racing wheel, so I could play Need for Speed.
So how did y'all feel about the one that came? Because as I said, my friend, he also favors that one, that Hot Pursuit one. The one that they came out with recently that was supposed to be like, was it Most Wanted? Is that what it was? I can't remember what it was called.
I honestly didn't even play it because I'm so out of the loop on racing games anymore.
Oh,
that-
okay.
I mean,
got
these Need for Speed games have all felt so similar for a decade or more at this
you.
point.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I haven't. The only one that really piqued my interest is when they remade, and that might be the one you're talking about, where they remade the Hot Pursuit, not the old one, but the new one, which is weird to remaster a game that came out on the 360.
That is the one. Yeah, that is what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, that one's fine, but man, it truly Need for Speed hasn't been great for me since PS1, and that's that's pretty
I
bad.
wish they would have just did a Burnout game. I mean, why didn't they just let Criterion do it? Burnout was so good.
Doesn't sell as well.
Nope. Burnout.
Well, yeah.
Burnout
Yeah.
does not sell, even though that's the game we still talk about. Like every Burnout game was, Paradise is what it is.
Yeah,
but-
it's like my least favorite. It is what it is. But the man,
Revenge was amazing.
Revenge. Oh God, it was so good. That was the first one I played.
Oh
So
God,
good.
you need to go
I-
back and play Burnout. You want to really go down a rabbit hole? Oof, that game is something.
Okay. PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Wow, drive up behind somebody, like another racing car in this open world, flash my lights, and then we're just racing. That's one of my favorite parts of Need for Speed Underground 2, is that you just race random cars, and it's
Yeah, that
a
was
world.
fun.
And the whole idea is that you're basically trying to break the rubber band, right, by going further than your opponent can catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such intense race because, like, you make one wrong turn, well, your opponent is catching up to you. Like, they're closing the gap, so they'll fucking race ahead, and now you are trying to catch up to them. before they get far enough to win. Like, I love that. That's a thing that they should be bringing back all the time, but it's just like, I like the attitude of Need for Speed Underground as well, and the fact that it's always nighttime, so they had this big neon glow, and it's like, I don't know, they just want realistic cars. I'm like, realistic to an extent, and then you can just go fucking buck wild. I don't care.
It
I
was
just want a
realistic.
fun racing game.
Like, because
Right?
that was. Oh no, I know what you're saying. Never mind. Sorry, I thought you were saying in Need for Speed 2 or Underground 2 they weren't realistic.
No, what I'm saying is like you can eventually you have so much shit on your car and like like it hits a bump, this car is fucked. But like I don't need that. Right? You can just let me just build on this car and make it my own. Let me take this Miata from nothing to like the fastest car in the world. I don't need it to be realistic.
That is true. I don't know. Need for Speed it's fine. It's, you know what else is weird about this Need for Speed? It's only PS5 Series X. It's not on old gen. That's weird, right?
That is weird.
All right, a couple more things I want to talk about. I've been checking out this thing called the Wingman, which is a USB adapter that lets you play with other controllers on Xbox consoles, and this thing works on original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and obviously Series X. So I have to say the weirdest thing about this is I got it, and like I was trying to look at the instructions because the USB part is straightforward. You plug it in, you plug in a USB controller, but this thing's supposed to work wirelessly. So it's like, how do you pair it to the wire? Like the instruction, this thing I think is built in Korea, and like there is no instructions on how to actually do it in the box. So like I had to go to their website and pull up this big PDF so I could learn how to like sync the controller to the device. I will say that it's very big and bulky, so if you're trying to put it in an entertainment center, it can be kind of unwieldy. I did test it on the 360, and I was able to pretty much link any Bluetooth controller I wanted to the 360. So I was playing a 360 with an Xbox Series X controller, which was really cool. It's neat that it works on the old Xbox, but you do need a USB adapter because if you remember, the original Xbox doesn't have any USBs on it. So you have to buy the adapter for that. And you can literally use anything. So like I was using a DualSense controller on my Xbox 360, which I thought was pretty cool.
Cool.
The catch is you can only link one controller to the device at one time wirelessly. And if you plug in a wired controller, it will forget the wireless connection, which is weird and kind of unintuitive, but honestly, this is something you're probably going to buy and then just hook up one controller to something just to play something with a better controller, which is what it was perfect for me is like my 360 controllers are so old and broken at this point, and like the rechargeable batteries are all dead. So I'm like, well, I'll just use a Series X controller with my 360 because I've still got my 360 hooked up. So, and also, during the Black Friday sale, I picked up a license for Launchbox, and I've been toying around with that, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that Big Box allows me to like have all these unique themes, and like you can download videos, and like it will actually play videos of the games and some of the themes, which is really cool. The database is extremely well done. I love all of the presentation. I did bump into some issues. So I was testing some PlayStation 1 emulation this weekend. I was showing my son always gets into like these retro games when I'm playing him. He's like, I want to play this and I want to play that. Look, I heard about this game or whatever. So we were checking out PlayStation 1 games, and you basically can use RetroArch in Launchbox to kind of save you from installing, 20 different emulators and cores and stuff. So in RetroArch, if you're familiar with it, it uses cores. Cores are basically what launches the game. And there are a bunch of different ones per system. So on PlayStation, I'm a big fan of Beetle. I think Beetle runs a lot of different games. It's got a lot of really cool options that you can use. So I set Beetle in Launchbox, running through RetroArch. There are certain games that'll just crash in Launchbox, but if I launch them in RetroArch, they run fine. And I don't understand why. Like, I have yet to figure out why, for example, Doom on the PlayStation will launch just fine in RetroArch. If you run RetroArch plain as day, it will run just fine. But if you try to run it through Big Box, it just crashes. And I don't know why. Because it's literally running the same RetroArch installation, and it's running the same core. So I have no clue why it doesn't work. But that's been the first issue I bumped into with it. You can also add Zemu to it, which is really cool, which Zemu is an Xbox emulator. And that works pretty well. I was playing some Bloodwake this weekend, because why the fuck not? So, but no, that's pretty cool. If you're interested in that scene, like, Launchbox is really cool, and I really love. It's really a cool way to keep track of everything, because it's not just emulation. You can also link it to your GOG account or your Xbox account or basically your Steam account. You can link it to anything that's on your PC, and it will pull all of those games into one big hub, and then you can just play them. And it supports a controller, so if you just launch Launchbox onto your TV, you can run everything from there, and that is super cool. So. But no, I picked up a year license for like $15 on Black Friday. So
Yeah, it's not bad.
yeah, I'm having fun with it. And like Wombat and I are always talking about, as far as emulation goes, we have more fun, tinkering with it than we do actually playing it. There's so much to tinker with in Launchbox, like so much.
Neat. I'll have to check that out at some point.
Yeah, I really, really like it. Like, I've been running RetroArch pretty much exclusively. Oh, also, you know how you get those like side panels in RetroArch? Like, it's a pain in the ass to set up. If you have Launchbox, it just does that shit for you. Like, it literally just downloads every side panel for every game. So, like, when you're playing in 4x3, you get those like graphic borders. Like, it'll download all of those for you just automatically. So
Yeah, like I said, I was waiting for you to, sign off on it before I actually, picked it up. But I might mess with it because you don't seem to be having no issues.
no, other than those couple games not booting, I actually prefer this. And I think next year when they do the Black Friday sale on the lifetime license, I'll probably pick one up. Because basically the way the license works is you can buy it for a year, and you get all the updates for that year, and then you stop getting it. It doesn't stop working. You just don't get any new features. So I'm thinking next year when the Black Friday sale goes up for the lifetime upgrade, I'll probably do that. So, no, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Finishing up Overwatch season ends on Tuesday, so I maxed.
Terrence, are you joining us for the
I maxed my battle pass, but it keeps going. You just don't get anything. So like I'm level 204 now. You just don't get anything.
Thought that's how y'all got the titles.
Yeah, but that's after you hit 80. Once you hit 80, then it goes up to 200, and you get titles up to 200. But after 200, you get nothing.
Yeah.
What?
200, you get Cyber Demon and nothing else.
Yep. Cyber Demon's
Okay.
the last thing you can earn. So, anyway, new releases. This is a slow week. We just came off of a big week. We're going to have a slow week, and then next week we're going to have another big week. But this week it's a little slow. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, we got Sword Ship, Divine Knockout, which we'll talk about in a minute, Far Cry 6, Lost Between Worlds. I did reinstall Far Cry 6 this weekend, and I played the Danny Trejo mission, which is perfect. It's literally just you defending him while he's making tacos. That's the mission.
Nice.
Firefighting Simulator, The Squad, Hello Neighbor 2, if you didn't pay the big... That one actually had one of those 3-day early release if you paid for the deluxe edition things. Hindsight, Redout 2 Deluxe Edition, which I'm assuming is physical. Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr, also assuming that's physical. Bot Gaiden. Dobos Heroes. Togs, whatever that is. Chained Echoes. Dad's Monster House. The Rumblefish 2, which I am playing, I just can't tell you about. After Glitch, and The Terror of Hemosaurus. Those are all out this week on Series X. Let's see if there's anything extra on PS5. We've got Goonya Monster. Thanks for the pop-up. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Collector's Edition. Shredder's making its way over to PlayStation. Samurai Maiden. The Forest Quartet. Whatever the fuck that is. And Death's Door. Coming out on Friday.
I'm gonna lie, for half a second when you said thanks for the pop-up, I was like, that's a weird game title. And I was like, oh, wait, no, he literally got a pop-up.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got a
go ahead.
pop-up on the list I was looking at. So
So is that the Switch list? Wait a minute, what is this?
Alright, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, a lot of the same stuff. We've also got Paper Cut Mansion, Cuckoo's Lost Pets. Try to see what is different on this list. It's a lot of the same.
Should
Which
be Paper Cut Mansion?
Paper Cut Mansion? Yes, Paper Cut Mansion is a game.
Okay.
Sounds like the new Saw movie. I want to play a game where I just cut you with paper cuts for 2 hours.
That would be awful, because paper cuts suck.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they're the worst. Witch of the Holy Night.
Guys, I have to read you Paper Cut Mansion's thing. In this papercraft roguelite,
Ah!
And we're out. We're out. Nope.
explore a mysterious mansion floor by floor, solve puzzles, battle enemies, and complete quests as you unlock new abilities to aid you on each run as you solve the mystery behind the Paper Cut Mansion.
Okay.
Actually, I really love the design of this game.
Oh man.
Wow, everything looks like folded paper.
I'm looking.
That's really neat.
I'm looking at next week's releases, and I just got excited. Forgot that the new Joe and Mac.
What porn game is there?
No. This is retro nostalgia for kids. So the new Joe and Mac launches next week, and so does the Operation Wolf Returns. I love Operation Wolf. It's one of my favorite.
I didn't even know there
games.
was a new Joe and Mac coming.
Yeah, and it's not like a remake. It's like a brand new game.
Is it still a side scroll?
Yeah, it's like a 2D side scroller. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was coming either.
I'm stoked for that new Joe Mac. All right, Cyberhook and Adventure Academia: The Fractured Continent. And Xbox One, I'm going to assume, is mostly the same stuff. Yep. Looks like it. So let's go to the Switch. We've got Cyborg Invasion Shooter 3, Savior of the World. Same. A lot of Football Kicks. Coloring Pixels Collection 2. Jelly Car Worlds. Cardboard Kings Card Shop Simulator. Mecha Armada. Simona's Requiem. Dragon Quest Treasures.
Yep.
Petite Adventure. And here's a game I'm super stoked for. It's called Jitsu Squad. If you've not seen Jitsu Squad, go watch a video of Jitsu Squad. And like me, you will be excited to play this game. This is the game with Maximilian in it. Side-scrolling. Beat 'em up.
No idea.
Oh,
Okay.
you need to see.
It's that beat 'em up. Yeah, I do want that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, that was it, man.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Dragon Quest game is the one that we don't really know what it is yet, or have we found out more of what it is yet?
It's
Dragon
like
Quest.
a RPG, but it's built more for kids.
Okay. I remember they announced a bunch of Dragon Quest stuff, and I couldn't remember which one was which. And I was excited for, this is the one that I remember seeing and I wanted to know more about.
So that's all your new releases for the week. Next week is kind of big. We got 2 huge releases next week and a bunch of cool other things. So I know next week is Crisis Core and High on Life. Those are your big ones next week. All right.
I wish they were one game.
Crisis Core, so basically like
Just Justin Roiland having a character inside Final Fantasy calling out how weird it is, but he doesn't stop talking.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
So there's something
Make those
close to
games
that,
make more sense.
Anthony, because isn't the new Monster Hunter DLC, doesn't like Ego Raptor voice the character in that?
I don't know.
Like
I don't follow Egoraptor since like high school, and I haven't followed back when he was doing Metal.
I don't even know who Ego Raptor is.
He's half of the game, Grumps.
God, I can't even remember what Metal Gear Awesome.
Metal Gear Awesome, yeah, those are great. If you've never watched those, Ryan, you should look up the Mega Man one, Sequelitis for Mega Man.
Okay.
That's really good. It's shit that was on Newgrounds, so you'll get the vibe immediately. But watch the Sequelitis for Mega Man. It's excellent.
Okay.
All right. News. Ed Boon has confirmed that y'all motherfuckers ain't getting no Mortal Kombat at the Game Awards. So
at this point, I just don't know if they're working on anything. I just assume it's Ed Boon sitting in the studio by himself,
throwing a baseball against the
baseball. He's throwing a ball against the wall to make sure he doesn't scuff it. There's another Shining reference. I don't know why I've been referencing The Shining so much.
We've got a lot of TGA-related news, but next week we'll have a lot of TGA news. Tekken 8 will be at the Game Awards. I don't think we were supposed to know that, but some influencer got a T-shirt, you know?
Maybe they should stop sending them stuff. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, guess what? You sending an influencer a T-shirt influences no one. I hate to say it.
No, nobody bought the T-shirt.
You send them the game and they play it, I can maybe go, yeah, I understand. Like, that makes sense. You send somebody that you know is going to enjoy Tekken or fighting games at least. You send them the game, they play it on stream, and maybe when you send them the game, you send them the T-shirt, so they're wearing the T-shirt while, playing your game. But sending them a T-shirt and not the game doesn't make any fucking sense to me. This is how you get leaks.
Yep, and
this is how you got leaks, yeah.
Valve has announced they're giving out a free Steam Deck every minute during the TGA, so they're going to give about 6,000 Steam Decks away.
Yep.
And
I entered for mine.
Did you buy anything on Steam? Because that was like the catch, right? You had to buy something.
My son had bought something within the last 12 months.
Cool. Yeah, I tried to sign up for it. I was like, I ain't bought a fucking game on Steam in
I didn't even
years.
see a thing to sign up for it, so...
I can send you the link if you've bought something.
I've bought, trust me, I'm good.
Y'all are getting excited about the wrong thing, okay? Because all this is justification for G-Hoff to make this show extremely long and padded.
G-Hoff.
Like, that's all this is. Like, do not be blinded by the
things
free
in the
Steam
world
decks.
that I will universally find funny. And one of them is Terrence's immense hatred for G-Hoff.
Oh, dude,
I need to know.
I need to
know.
Man.
At this point, I understood when it was like minor, but like I feel like as we move further and further, like you just hate him more and more.
No,
I'm not gonna
it's
deny
always
he doesn't
been this way.
It feels like it's stronger now than it has ever been.
I will never knock his, and maybe it comes back to the fact that I've worked in video game stores, as some of y'all have as well. Through the years, and he was always on the TVs and different shows, so I heard his voice and saw his face a lot in my life, but I will never knock his hustle, ever. I just do not like him. I don't know what it is. He strikes me as the type of person behind the cameras where he's smiling in your face on the camera, but behind, like when he goes and like somebody flubs a line, he's like, bitch, why you say that like that? Like he done slapped her upside the head. Like he just, I don't like him. Like he just, something about him. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Choked on my soda. Holy shit.
I apologize.
I can now see Jeff when the camera goes off. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Batman is dead.
Exactly. That's what.
Oh, goodness. All right. I don't have a ton of news stories this week, so I'm just going to go.
I do want to win a Steam Deck, though. I don't know. I do. I did enter because I do want to win one. So, yeah. Great.
Well, you got plenty of chances because the minutes will be fruitful. So, Sonic Frontiers content roadmap for 2023. Update 1, we get a jukebox, a photo mode, and new challenges. Update 2 is Sonic's birthday. I'm sorry, I got triggered this week when people started talking about video game characters' birthday. The motherfuckers ain't real, okay? They don't have birthdays.
Yeah, but is literally. Oh my god, I shouldn't have to. What the fuck do you want to call it? Can you fighting on semantics here? Like, what do you want to call it?
What's the date? Is it his first game, or when they came up with the idea?
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about birthdays, as in this is how old the game is. I'm talking about the character in the game. Like, the character in the game don't age. Okay, they don't have a birthday.
Sonic's one of the few that has, so nice try. They
no!
aged him up for...
He's
yes,
not
they
real,
aged him
Anthony!
up for They gave him a fake age, and then they made him older for Sonic Adventure.
But he's not real. He's not a real person.
Man, none of this is real. We run a fucking podcast about video games. What the fuck is wrong with you? It doesn't matter, Ken.
It is my favorite.
This was good.
What point are you trying to make? Congratulations, Ken. You're right. A fictional character doesn't have birthdays. I don't know why you're so upset about this.
The same reason
gives a
Terrence is
shit?
mad at Geoff, because
It's
it
your
is.
Exactly. See,
Just
and you know
give
what?
me free crap, Ken.
But, and you know
Jesus
what
Christ.
though? Kid said that he was triggered. I don't know if he realized, but like I totally understand the fact that my hatred of Geoff is irrational. Like I totally understand it. Everybody, I get it, but it's still there. So yeah.
It's funny because that's one of the bullet points of update 2. It just says Sonic's birthday. It's not like you get anything. It just says it's
Well, what
his
does
birthday.
it give you?
It doesn't say.
It just says it's his. Wow. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
I'm sure they're going to do something they usually do.
Oh my god! Give the fucking fake dude a fake cake. I don't give a shit. Open zone challenge and a new Coco, and then update 3 is new playable characters and new story. So there's your.
Oh, man, I can't wait to dig for emeralds.
I want to be Knuckles. Is Knuckles going to be playable?
Going to
He
go
will be.
into the pumpkin
Cool.
zone rap. By the way, the rapper in those tracks is one of them. Anyways, is Parappa's voice actor.
Oh snap!
Oh, nice.
It's good that the dog is still getting work. How old is he, by the way?
Oh god damn.
I want you to know that everybody's like probably thinking like, why is Anthony upset? But like Ken is the one that said it triggers me or whatever the fuck he said about fictional characters. Like it fucking matters whether they have birthdays or not. It doesn't matter. It's not real.
It's not real.
Ken, if it means they're gonna give me shit, they can have all the fucking birthdays they want.
But most of the time they don't. Like, these Twitters just like, oh my god, it's fucking Hey Hachi's birthday from Tekken. Like,
You know, we also, hold on, now I'm gonna say, we also celebrate the birthdays of dead people. They're fucking dead. I don't get it, but you know what? I also don't go, I'm fucking triggered, Ken.
but they were legitimately
news.
born, so they did
They
have a
were
birthday.
Like what?
They're dead. What's the point? What?
they- but they
Don't
had a
celebrate my
birthday.
birthdays after I'm dead. I'm dead.
Celebrate
But
mine
if you
after
get a
I'm
free,
dead.
if
Like,
you get a,
I want mine to be a holiday after I'm dead.
Dude.
like, you know, who gives a shit? I'm not gonna go on a podcast and be like, oh, I can't fucking believe it, because it doesn't matter. But like, you're so upset about Sonic having a fucking birthday. Who gives a shit?
I think I made Anthony more mad about that than Terrence did about being mad at somebody he's never met.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about this for the next week and a half until it happens. But Terrence will absolutely make note of it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we got breaking news that the Game Awards will be shorter this year, so that means they're going to give away less awards.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
Because we're giving
Also-
out. They were like,
also-
we giving out too many Steam
But he
decks.
was
Hold
also
on.
like, but he was also excited that this was gonna be the best one yet.
It's always the
Every
best one
year.
yet.
Every year he says that, and I'm like, if you don't quit saying that, play it out loud, bro. Like,
I mean, I'm not trying to argue with anybody, but what do you expect him to say? This year's Game Award is going to suck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, nobody expects you to be like, well, we're going to put it on the worst show we ever had this year. But find something else to say. This year's the best yet. Nigga, just say we got a real good show for y'all. Like, and just leave it at that. You ain't got to use the same line you use for every year. I don't like him. Just go to some
I
other
can
news
tell.
that don't involve Geoff.
All right, let's talk about Game Freak and apologizing for the Pokemon performance issues.
Well, let me tell you about Pokemon, because I don't think. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yes,
What's
I mean,
really
really
sorry.
About Pokemon?
they're like, we're
We're
sorry.
really-
Fuck
All I
you.
can picture is them going, "We're really sorry, guys.
We're sorry.
We're really sorry."
Oh yeah, that's South
And they're
Park.
just and as the camera zooms out of them just saying, "We're sorry," you just see them sitting on piles of money.
I was going to say they were,
Pretty much.
if you pan it out, they're lighting cigars with $100 bills.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's what
probably
they're doing.
wrapped in $100 bills.
Yeah. They're probably smoking $100 bills. What are you talking about?
just ridiculous. But I mean, they promised to work on it, so that's a good thing.
That's
That
a load
is-
of
that's a
shit.
good
They're
thing.
working on the next Pokemon. They ain't working on this. They don't give a fuck.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
We promise you to try and fix this. Guys, we hit a snag. Sorry.
You know what?
All right.
I mean, they made their money back, I'm sure. Like, so yeah,
Oh.
there is nothing to hold them to this. Like y'all, we good. We
No,
made our
they-
money back and some.
Yeah, they got plenty of money. They're like, Nintendo's like, you should probably apologize. We're sorry that the game runs like shit.
Right.
In,
but deal
in
with it.
period. That's the end of the quote. We're sorry.
That's it. We'll see y'all next Pokemon
We'll
adventure.
see y'all Pokemon Gen 10.
Yep.
Yeah. This is
If
exactly
they don't
what-
add some voice acting like that, it is ridiculous that Pokemon and even Zelda, honestly, to this point, still that we are this far along and they don't have. I get the maybe some nostalgia, but come on, they should.
Part
should
of it
just be
is
fully
part of it
voiced.
is you have to pay for every region.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
Right.
They can't
They
light
ain't
as
got no
many
money for
cigars.
that. They just made $15 million. Right.
Zelda is, but also you get into the territory of what voice has Zelda got. And then
Dude.
you have to deal with whatever they hand
I hope
you.
he's got like a Barry White voice when he goes. It's like, I'm going in this temple.
Man, that would be dope.
What the
What Link sounded like.
Link's like, I got
You're playing Barry White on like a slower speed or something.
I
That was-
can't
that
impersonate.
was some-
Barry White is the OG. I can't do
Dude,
that.
wow.
I can't do that. That's
I can't. I
man.
come off cross sounding like
Now
fucking Tim Curry
Tell me
from
do some
Legend. or
Eddie
some
Murphy.
shit.
You know, I can do that all day. I sound just like Eddie Murphy and Sherman Klump. I can do that. I can't do.
That
can't do
was extremely
Barry
good.
White. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man. Oh yeah, man. I can do some voices. But no, I just feel like they have the money to pay for that. It should be voice acted. Final Fantasy is voice acted, for God's
Yeah,
sake. Why
but-
can't
but-
they?
But how many times have you heard people go, "Yeah, but I'm switching to the Japanese voice acting"?
Oh my god!
I mean, well,
And
that's
so
fine.
it's just like
you know what? I
honestly,
see that
I would-
person. I see that person, and I want to punch that person. I'm
Right.
I'm actually
Yeah.
swapping to the Japanese. I can't understand it, but it's the
listen,
better
Jay's
voice
not
actor.
here, so why are you attacking Jay like that?
I'm not attacking Jay. Jay could probably understand it. That motherfucker's a genius.
That is true.
I wanted to
He will
learn
teach himself a
Japanese.
language.
Yeah.
Fucking play.
That dude
My
probably
thing
gets
is
it.
though is like, my thing is like, it's a lot of money to spend for people at the end of the day to go, "Oh, I don't like it." All right,
I mean, that's
Should've
what
just
video games
left
is.
it
Anthony.
silent.
Spend a
Yeah,
bunch of money, and
like
it's like
You're
I don't
also
like
not
it.
wrong. You're also not wrong. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of money to spend because it's not just English, right? Like, you're gonna have to do multiple languages. What languages do you leave off?
I mean,
You know,
I
just end up
feel
paying-
you, but if every other game around them has voices, there's literally the
but-
odd man out. Like they
I
have
don't
the
think-
money.
I don't, because here's the solution I like, and everybody else seems to hate it. I like the Banjo-Kazooie sort of, although rare games start doing it way too much. But like, I like the whole like, Mario Odyssey does a really good job where they do like a hey, and then you read the rest of it. So like, I know what that character sounds like, but they don't have to read the whole dialogue of me. Because that's another thing. I read faster than they fucking can speak the line. So let's keep moving.
All right, let's keep moving. The news. We can't go a week without Sony and Microsoft coming up in the
No.
Activision acquisition. So,
Lord.
Microsoft and Sony are apparently meeting this weekend to talk about a 10-year deal for Call of Duty.
Fight Club. That's what it is.
Dude, I'm still on the Jim Ryan and Phil Spencer to just play like a fucking like singles duos match of fucking Call of Duty. Whoever
Trip
wins.
each
That-
other off under the table.
Put them in the gulag. That
Yeah.
would be awesome. Actually, they
I
should
probably
totally do
I'm
that.
gonna have to take Phil because I don't think Jim Ryan actually plays video games. But
No,
that's just
I don't
me.
think he does either. Yeah, I don't think he does either.
He'd probably be like, "What?
Also,
what do I
if
do
it-
with the sticks?"
If we also just saying, if I put it up to like actual fight, like have them box it out, I still pick Phil Spencer.
Oh,
I'll probably
pick
still
Phil.
go with Phil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim
Yeah,
Ryan
Phil,
looks
go
like
knock
he'd
him
be
out.
crying in a
Jim
corner.
Ryan like takes off his shirt, he's just fucking ripped like,
like
Bruce Lee,
chiseled.
like oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the ticket guy in Rick and Morty.
You think I got control of Sony with my words? Nah, bitch, it was my muscles.
Oh,
It
shoot.
turns into a Dragon Ball
Boss
Z
fight.
fight.
Yep.
Oh God, it's never going to end then, just like this acquisition.
They're just screaming for.
All right, Monster Hunter
4
Rise
episodes.
is coming to Xbox and PlayStation as well as Game Pass in January.
I'm excited.
That's pretty cool.
Me too. I'm
I
excited.
literally almost bought it, and now I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, now you get it for free with Game Pass.
Yep.
I own it on PC, but I'm happy I started there because I got into it and I understand how to play the game now. But now I can play it for real on Xbox and actually, play with people I know. So yeah, I'm
Are
pretty
you
stoked.
insulting PC players? I think he's insulting PC players.
Not at all. I just
No,
said
I'm
because it wasn't
gonna play it for real.
No, I mean
It's
because
not a real experience on PC. You heard him.
no,
I heard him.
Why are you just turning this show into Bully Terrence Day?
Can't-
Why is that? What?
Also, he can't. He won't be on when it comes out because he'll still be banned from Xbox.
Probably because I'll probably tell someone, "Hey, good job," and they'll just, I was offended.
Good
And
job. Keep up the good work. We're firing your account into space.
Probably what'll happen. All right, sorry.
All right, last news story I got is your free games for the month, your PlayStation Plus, your games with gold. I'll start with PlayStation Plus. We get Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
No, we should start off with the worst of the two.
No, because I like to have conversation about that one because it's terrible. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Divine Knockout, and Biomutant are your PlayStation Plus games.
It's a good lineup.
Yep, all three. Well, I don't know what Divine Knockout is, so
That's a good lineup for the two I know. I'm just going to assume
Divine
that one's
Knockout
good too.
is made by Hi-Res. It's basically multiverses, but in a 3D arena. So they're taking the Smite characters
you
and
mean
turning them
Smash
into
Brothers?
yeah, Smash Brothers. Sorry, they're taking the Smite characters, the gods, and making them like chibi characters, and putting you in the melee arena to fight each other. But it's like 3D.
So Power
like Smite
Stone.
is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn, I forgot about Power. Man, that was so good.
So
But yeah, like Power
Capcom.
Stone.
Capcom forgot
Mhm.
about Power Stone.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, it's basically Power
Yeah.
Stone, but with the Smite gods. That's what it is.
All right, so that's a pretty good deal if you got PlayStation Plus Essential. That's some good games. Now, if you got Xbox Live Gold,
They don't give a fuck if
You
you
got-
got that.
you got Colt Canyon and Bladed Fury.
Does anybody know what Colt Canyon is?
Yeah,
I still haven't
I do.
had
'cause I
anybody
looked.
tell me what it is.
Hold
Let
on,
me tell you.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It's a roguelike
Oh,
that's pixel something because it was on my thing
It's
today.
Western.
Like it, and it's a Western. Yeah, it looks. I'm not going to install it. I'm like, what in the world?
I need a screenshot here.
I
of
think
this
I own it on Steam
amazing game.
because it looked interesting to me. I know most people are like, no,
This is your game with gold.
but I wouldn't be like,
This is
whoa,
your-
guys. I think I
Oh,
picked it up
God.
like $2.
That's your game with gold.
Got to start calling this shit games with bronze.
You're right. That's exactly. We need to talk to Major Nelson. Like, listen, y'all need to stop talking about this is gold, brother. This is bronze at best. Come on now,
At best.
I didn't know
James
gold was
computer.
tarnished.
right?
Oh wow, that's just. I mean, it's just bad. It's like it. Just when you think they can't get any worse, Microsoft's like, hold my beer. Let me do December.
Yeah. And why? You know what? I think it's because all the money and resources is going to Game Pass. So just kill the games with gold thing. Just stop
Yeah,
it.
just kill it. It's fine to not do it.
Yeah.
All right. I do have some.
And
emails.
give me the $5 back. That's the difference between gold and Game Pass.
Yep. That's it. Like, because I don't want those two games. Like, I appreciate it. Yep, it came with the whatever, but they're bad. Like, I don't know.
All
They
right.
may not be bad. They may not be bad. Let me not say that because those developers worked hard. They may not be bad, but they have no interest to the general. I think most folk. But anyway, go ahead.
Moving on to the emails. First one's up from Jeremy. He says, "Hey guys, hope all is well. I've been over in Ireland visiting family over Thanksgiving. It's been amazing.
Nice.
We visited this one place that looked ripped right out of a From Software graveyard. He says I'm going to include pictures, which he did, because everyone knows other people's vacation pictures are just the best.
Yep.
I guess that brings me to the question, has there been a place you've seen or visited that has an uncanny resemblance to a location in a game you've played?
Been anywhere that's been in an Assassin's Creed video game.
I have not, unfortunately.
I have not either, but they do an amazing
I mean,
job.
I guess I have, in the sense that I've been to several of the places that were in Assassin's Creed 3, but to say they're significantly different now is an understatement.
A little bit, yeah.
No, but I will say there is a so behind a friend of mine's, well, where a friend of mine used to live, there is a cornfield, and then off this cornfield, there's like woods, and at one part of the cornfield, there's this little like cove of grass that contains a pioneer cemetery, and so there's like graves there from the mid to late 1700s. And it is very weird to walk back in there because the city knows it's there, so they keep it mowed. But it's like this little, almost seems like it would be a secret area in a game. You go across the cornfield, you go in this one little spot in the woods that you can get into, and all of a sudden there's this, I don't know, probably 100-foot clearing with these gravestones in it. It's pretty neat.
Cool.
Sounds neat.
I don't have anything. I just go to cities in the U.S. and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I can't say it's like, oh, this feels like a distinct video game, but like, one thing that I will say that I'm hoping that some of the people get when they do Silent Hill games now is that Silent Hill 1 and 2, because 3 is very different, but they capture being in a small town that has lost its main moneymaker very well. Because there's plenty of small towns that like, oh, we had a mine, and the mine is now closed, and, you know, the city has fallen apart because of that, in turn. And so I've been to enough small little towns in northern Ontario where, like, yeah, a lot of the place is closed, and the previous functions of certain buildings that are clearly still there, like a theater, it's not a theater anymore. Like, they've turned into a business, and that business also isn't really there anymore. So it's just the remnants of two buildings in one. There's a place in northern Ontario called Kirkland Lake that I don't know what it's like now. I'm watching a video that's loading poorly, but it seems to be a little bit more alive now. But the last time I was there was not really the most up and about city. Like, there was people there, but the thing was that Kirkland Lake doesn't have a lake anymore because they were mining, and they had to put all that stuff somewhere, and they poured all of that sediment into the lake. And now there's no longer a lake, and there's no longer a mine, so the name of the town is, not really appropriate. And it was kind of weird being in a town where it's like, there's really no business either. And like, some horror games really capture that. I specifically call it Silent Hill because I think they do the best job of being in a town that has a history but no future. And like, if you've ever been into a small town like that, you understand that. And I don't know. It's the only time I can think of where it's like, I've been somewhere that reminds me of a video game, but it's more of like the feeling than the actual visuals.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next email comes from Jeff. He says, "What's up, fellas? I will preface this by saying I haven't played God of War or Elden Ring yet, so in no way am I making a claim that the games I'm going to talk about are better than those. That being said, Pentiment is my game of the year. That may seem divisive, but let me explain. I can see not liking the art style or the fact that it's sort of a walking sim If you don't like those two aspects, then just ignore what I'm about to say. The game starts a little slow, but I urge anyone who has given up on early to play the game at least until the murder happens. The narrative is also absolutely fantastic. Also, the RPG elements are great as well. Based on which attributes you choose, you will understand certain languages, cultural histories, and even have the ability to be a hedonist. Chose this on my third playthrough, and it's hilarious. All of these affect the story in really smart and unique ways. If the game looks even remotely interesting to you, I can't recommend it enough. No one does choice and consequences better than Obsidian, in my opinion. As for my other favorite games of the year, I really enjoyed Tinykin, Sonic Frontiers, Signalis, and A Plague Tale Requiem. I've been going back and listening to old Game of the Year episodes just for nostalgia, and I can truly say N4G Radio is the best video game podcast ever. Also, I really enjoy Terrence being on the show. Hope you fellas have a great holiday and can't wait for the Game of the Year show. Peace. There's not really
We enjoy Terrence being on the show as well.
Yeah.
First of all,
I was
appreciate
begging Ken because it was just me and him certain days. I'm like, so when are you getting Terrence on?
I love y'all.
Well, I'm gonna have to ban him for 8 days next week.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I mean, by the time we hit next podcast, the ban will be up.
That's true.
Yes, he'll be off probation. But listen, so Pentiment, I'm glad that he liked it. Like, to me, like, the narrative stuff was interesting. The murder thing, he's right. If you get to that, it does kind of take a twist. But it's a walking sim, and it just wasn't for me. Like, because I've seen a lot of people, and I've read a lot of glowing reviews, and I'm like, I can see all that. I totally can. I was just so bored with it. But yeah. But I'm happy I'm happy he loved it.
Hey, there's a lot of people who love that game. It is not for me.
It is.
Like, I did not even bother playing it because I know I'm going to play it for 2 minutes and be like, nope, I'm done.
You definitely will, because they give you a choice of stuff to pick, like build out your character.
Oh, no, fuck that.
You'll be like, and I'm done. Nope, I don't care.
I won't even get past the character creator. Fuck that.
I actually need to play it. It seems like a very me sort of.
You actually probably will. You actually will like it. I think you probably will.
I like bad things. I kid.
Well, see,
I like things that are weird and experimental.
There you go. Because I think it is that. Because there are stuff that I love about it. Just, to me, it was just boring. But I think I think it.
I also like
will
murder
appeal to you.
mysteries more than like anything else in this world. Like,
Then you probably like
make
this.
me feel. Make
Yeah,
me
you
feel
will.
detective. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
you will.
me feel detective.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't see now. Clip that and use that because
What does that even mean? What does that
you're
even
the one
mean?
said it,
Exactly.
So we're going to have to clip it and play it out of context, like all the stuff that I have created.
What
for
if
this
we like change
You
the...
say shit that sounds like I can't say anything because it'll just be clipped out of context. Like you never said it and it was me. But like you say things that you're like, did he understand? And you'd be like, oh,
Know
never.
what I say.
I caught it. But it was like, you say things that it sounds like you're referring to penis. And it's like, oh, what? And you're like, I caught myself, though. It's like, yeah, but, like, late.
Well, I mean, if we change the pitch and the tone, Anthony could be like, make me feel detective. There we go.
I'll say it. Make me feel detective. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Next email comes from Antonio. He says, having an absolute blast with Need for Speed Unbound. I'll wait for a sale on Callisto Protocol. I'll probably enjoy it, but I don't want to risk paying full price for something that seems to have more negativity than praise at the moment. Also, I got back into Yakuza 0. I'm over 50 hours in now and just realized all the women in the side stories that are on the telephone cards are or were actual adult actresses. By the way, how long is this game? I haven't even done my first cabaret with the Club Moon, and I just got done getting a hit called off of Kiryu. I mean,
It's long.
That game is long as shit, dude.
I didn't beat that. He said 0.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, I didn't beat 0.
I think it took me 40 or 45 hours to beat it.
Has he made it to
God.
the chicken running the bowling alley yet? That's my question. I love that fucking
You know
game.
what I like? Because I forgot about it. I went and played this because I forgot I had it installed. Judgment.
Oh,
Judgment
yeah.
is really good.
Judgment is very
Like,
good.
I like that one. Yeah.
That game is very, very good. All right.
Terrence, are you playing this on PS or I guess 5 can you play it? Are you playing on PlayStation?
No, Judgment. No, I'm on Xbox.
God, it's a PlayStation only, but like I always bring it up, but the Fist of the North Star game is really fucking good.
Yeah,
Wait, the old
made
one?
by
The one that was
one
on
made by
PS4?
Yeah.
Ryuga Gogataku.
Yeah, it's the same studio. It's a
I actually-
Yakuza game.
I think I've played a demo of it because there was a demo on
There's
PS4.
there's multiple PlayStation 4 Fist of the North Star games, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But this is Lost Paradise.
Okay,
And
I'll
Lost
look it up.
Paradise, dude, because it fulfills the need. Because I mean, really, it's Fist of the North Star is just kung fu anime version of Mad Max.
Yeah.
It has a bit of that too in there. Oh fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, this is the one. So it's in my cart in my wish list on PlayStation. Like I'm waiting for a sale because because they always have it on sale for like $10 or cheaper. So I'm
Oh yeah,
trying to
it's
catch
always
it like
on
that.
sale.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. So yeah, this is the one I want to play. Like I played a demo probably when it first came out on the PlayStation, and I liked it, but I never went back to it. So I'm waiting for the
It's
sale.
good.
Cool. That actually makes me feel better about the choice.
Oh,
All right.
I mean, it's if you don't like Yakuza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, I do
But, like-
now. I recently have gotten into it, so yeah.
I mean, you get into the same sort of combat as Yakuza, but of course you have you're already dead, and then
Yeah.
the guy explodes in the
Ridiculous
background,
explosions. Yeah, love it.
and you just hear as he's punching. It's great. Oh, it's so good. And
I
like
didn't realize that was the developer. Huh? Yeah, I'm looking
and
at that now.
the voice actor playing him is the guy who played Prompto of all fucking people from Final Fantasy 15.
Oh wow.
It's
Wow,
a totally
okay.
different. Robbie Damon has way more range, but he's always playing the like high voice, happy, energetic characters.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a
he's
completely different voice for Ken.
Oh, he's so
Jesus.
he's so good as Kenshiro. Oh,
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's wrap this up with some tweets. Tate tweeted at us and showed us his Spotify playlist. Holy mother of God, he's listened to 4,844 minutes of N4G Radio.
Wow.
I apologize. That's a lot. Alim says, for this week's M4G podcast, I think the Callisto Protocol game feels more arcadey than its original form, Dead Space 1. And I have doubts about the upcoming remake to be released next year because Isaac speaks. I honestly thought Midnight Suns was due to be released next year, and as a DC Comics fan, I went for Gotham Knights instead.
Hope he likes it because Gotham Knights.
is Midnight Suns out?
Yes,
Yeah, they just don't like us.
came out Friday.
Because I'm gonna say I didn't hear a conversation about that. What the fuck?
Just because we don't have it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, we didn't get
I'm
it.
behind on the texts, I guess.
Yeah. I did tweet again about the Eternal Cylinder thing. I gave away the 2 Xbox codes, but I
Good.
still got 2 PS5 and 2 PC codes.
It's such a good fucking game, people.
Well, I've got a couple responses to it, so maybe we'll give those
Yes.
away. John,
It's I understand that like this description might turn you off, but it's a survival game that doesn't reward making a base and just kind of hiding out. It's a survival game that is constantly pushing you forward. There's minor platforming, there's puzzle solving, but the whole idea is this constant moving forward. You're evolving these creatures on the go, and you're building up a little swarm of them because you need different abilities. And like the constant it's not just like a intrinsic I want to move forward. It is literally forcing you with a giant cylinder that keeps rolling towards you. It's such a smart game that does something completely different than every other survival game. Every other survival game is like you build a base and eventually that base will get bigger and you won't have as many problems. It's like, no, this is like you are just trying to constantly adapt to your surroundings. Oh, it's so fucking well done. And the trebums are weirdly cute, which really, I still am surprised that they managed that. And then they have the narrator that sounds like David Attenborough, sort of. documenting their lives and the creepy creatures that live. Oh, it's so well done. Ace Team at their finest.
I missed this tweet yelling at Anthony. Hold on a minute. Mookie, which is also a limb, by the way, says, "Hey, I'd appreciate if Anthony should shut the fuck up about spoilers about the Black Adam movie. I'm already numb of his endless intuitions and rants as if he's older than he is, but talking about spoilers like that just did it." What?
Okay.
What?
I don't even remember the spoilers.
I don't
The
either.
ones
Yeah,
that they,
me either.
the ones that they fucking spoiled. I never watched the movie. I didn't even look up the fucking synopsis. I don't care. And
It's
they
wild,
spoiled that
'cause
movie.
I feel like I would have went in about that because I'm so sick of The Rock. Like,
The Rock
Black-
fucking
Enjoy your
spoiled what
gaming.
happens at the end.
Enjoy your gaming. Hey, gamers. Enjoy
So
your
I don't-
gaming.
It's the only thing I can think of that may have been spoiled is the post credits where, again,
Oh, that's been all over everything. Is that a spoiler at this point?
that's
It
my
was supposed
question.
to be, but then The Rock just fucking said it.
Fucking out said it.
Yeah,
so
like The
I'm
Rock
not,
has
like,
been preaching it for months, basically, with a wink and a stupid eyebrow. Like, everybody already knew what the heck was
A
happening.
wink in his stupid eyebrow.
That's what he was doing. Like, everybody
Wink
knew
and a
what
stupid
he was
eyebrow.
talking about. Like, we all get it. And then his producer came out like, yeah, we just were so just gutted that it got spoiled. Yo, mans was on camera doing it for months. Why you ain't
I
talking
need
to
to
him?
bring him back. Oh, fuck, yeah.
Right. Like, I'm so sick of Black. Like, yeah, don't attack Anthony. If anybody attack me for Black Adam, because I'm
No,
shoot.
it's fair. I listen. That's fair if I spoiled something. It's
I
just
just
it's
saw
one
that
of those
gif.
like
I hate you.
I don't know what I spoiled in that particular scenario because like everything else was spoiled. I should be called out for spoilers. It's just one of those weird things where it's like at this particular scenario, like what hasn't been spoiled by your fucking star.
Yeah, like he's put everything out there on this movie. Like,
I don't need to watch it. He's told me everything that happens.
Enjoy your gaming.
Yeah.
Last tweet comes from John. He says, "Do you guys have a band or group that you don't really care for, but you listen to nonetheless because you like one of the musicians in the group? For me, it's The Police. Not really my jam, but I'll listen to them just for Stuart Copeland."
No.
Stuart Copeland's the fucking man.
I'm trying
I don't have
to.
anything like this.
Stuart Copeland's soundtrack for the Spyro like the original Spyro games, some of the best video game music that just doesn't get the credit it deserves.
I think there's some amazing musicians and some not so amazing bands. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I don't
like-
listen to them.
I know this is blasphemy, but I don't care for a lot of Primus. But Les Claypool is fucking
Amazing bassist.
one of the best basses I've ever heard in my entire life. That dude,
Yeah,
is
but
just
like
ridiculous.
he's weird.
No,
He's
he's weird, sure.
So that I understand. I like Primus, but like it is
Oh, they're
weird.
the South Park people?
Yes.
The South Park team?
Les
Okay.
Claypool
That's the
and
most
Primus,
normal
yeah.
stuff they did.
Okay.
Like, there's some
listened to
songs I
some of their
love,
stuff.
like Winona's Big Brown Beaver. I love that song. There's some songs I love, but like 90% of their catalog, I'm just like, eh.
Well, yeah. Jerk was a race car driver is a weird song.
That is a very weird song.
It's a good song, though.
It's a
Yeah,
good
well,
song.
it's his basing.
Justin played a lot of that song.
Jerry was
a lot
race
of
car
those
driver.
songs for me. Yeah. That's
Drove
why I
so
heard a lot
goddamn
of that.
fast. Never did win no
Um,
checkered flag, but I never did coming last.
His fucking singing is weird too. It's just,
It is. It's so weird.
I don't know. Like, I feel like another one is, and I feel like it's always bass players, but like Flea is an amazing bass player, but like most of the Chili Peppers music I don't
You
care
know, I
for.
get another song about California.
Like,
Guys, did you know the band's from California?
I only like one of their albums, I think.
Is it Blood Sugar Sex Magic?
I mean, yeah, I grew up with that album, but
That's their best album.
like I've listened to their other albums, I'm just like, it's not very good.
I think, and honestly, like I go from that to Stadium Arcadium has some really good songs on it, and that's kind of where my love ends with that band. I think they're overrated for the most part.
I mean, that's fair. Let's be fair. So, like, no, because they did switch drummers. I was gonna say, like, they have a different guitar player for like every album. It feels like.
Well, the most common one now is John Frusciante, and he's the best guitar player they've had.
Well, yeah, he was on Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
and
He's
he's
really
on
good.
Stadium Arcadium, and he can sing better than Anthony Kiedis can, and his solo stuff is interesting. But yeah, that's actually a really good call, because that's a band I wouldn't even thought of. But yeah, I don't really care for most of their output.
Yeah, I don't either. But man, if you watch Flea play bass, it's ridiculous.
Have you ever seen them perform "I Feel Love"?
I may have, but
So John sings that. Anthony Kiedis does nothing in it. And Flea plays the bass line, which is the synth line from the original. And I believe the top comment at one point on that video, because I've watched enough times, was if Flea fingered a woman, she would ignite into flames.
oh,
Like,
okay, all right then. There's a
But
clip.
if you do watch his fingers playing that, I visually get like I
I
have
didn't think
pain
that's
in
where
my
I was going
hands.
to go when you said watch his fingers. I was like, oh my god.
That's the
Wait.
clip.
Fucking really-
There's your clip,
Not on
Terrence.
YouTube.
There's your clip. Watch
But,
his fingers.
There it is. Yep.
Dude, I'm in pain watching him play that. Like, he's just... And he does, like, it's only a minute long, and I'm just like, how can your hands move after that? Like, I'd be cramped for weeks. It's awful.
I want to
Bass playing,
combine all those voice lines you just said to the "Make Me Feel" detective.
Okay, sure, whatever. That's editing on your part, not mine.
Oh shit!
But yeah, he's kind of the standout in that band. I
Yeah,
don't really care for most of their stuff. It
Wanna
really
play
drives me
bass
nuts
guitar.
every time there's California is brought up in one of their songs, though. That is aggravating.
I mean they have a whole
get it.
song named Californication. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking roll it all out. Who cares? Oh, all right. That's all the tweets I got. That's all the news I got. That's all everything. Emails, everything. We're tapped out for the week. I will be checking the Eternal Cylinder remarks on the Twitter, and I'm just going to send them out as I get them in and be like, hey, you won. Congratulations. I'm sure we will have a very entertaining show next week because the Game Awards are on Thursday.
We didn't do any predictions. Did you not want to do that? I
Nah.
know you want to get to football, so okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Gives a shit.
if we had the extra time, I probably would, but
I don't
you know
care.
what? I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to stay off Twitter because everybody on Twitter just goes on Twitter because they think they're comedians and they're going to be tweeting
Yep.
like, oh my god, I can't believe this. And you're not funny. So I'm just going to watch it. Sound like Droopy. It's been a bad day. I'm just going to watch it, enjoy it. Hopefully there's some cool games announced. Maybe we'll get some shadow. Maybe fucking GoldenEye comes out before 2023. I don't know, man. Hey, at least it's real, okay?
Is it though?
You think?
Hey, they showed it. It's real. It's coming.
Oh.
I mean, how fucking hard is it? I emulate GoldenEye every week.
I mean, right?
You hear that, everybody? Hold on, everybody,
multiplayer on
do you hear
Xbox.
that? I hear knocking at Ken's door.
I mean, I can show them my cartridge. I don't care.
Right.
Oh, shit. But no, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at N4G Podcast. If you want to follow the site, it says ZTGD Content. You can follow all of us on Twitter if you want. I don't know why you would, but I'm at ZTGD. Terrence is at Lord Magnus. And Ryan is at Wombat RP. Anthony's not there. He's like, fuck it.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong to not be there?
Not really.
No, you're not wrong
No.
to not be there. I'm about to not be there too.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
it. I mean, it's like I said, literally the only reason I use Twitter is for news. That is it, 100%. You want to send us an email, though? We'll still always have email. That's the podcast at ztgd.com. Drew's not here again, so I don't know what's next on Phoenix Down. I know they finished up Anodyne.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare. That's what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
Take
So
me.
the PS1 game? Right.
PS1, PS2 if you're in Europe, and then there's a PC version
Gotcha.
on GOG.
Okay.
So.
I don't remember that game being awful, but I also don't remember it being very memorable. So,
And that's the first time they tried to reboot that series.
yeah, it didn't work. But no, that's it. That's all I got for this week. So unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.
Epic fail. N4G Podcast. $0.
This is going to be a very interesting episode.
Captain Con.
Greetings, programs. I got lost trying to find my way to the secret underground N4G Radio lair.
The Wombat. And
I've always lived being angry.
Killer Wolverine. Play games, not consoles. No fanboys allowed.
And then I killed the dragon.
Killed the dragon.